Hello, Football Encyclopedia viewers all around the world. You're welcome. My name is Alexander Ojimba, and the topic for today is Manchester United's top 10 strikers from the past 30 years. Hear that again. The topic for today is Manchester United's top 10 football strikers from the past 30 years. Now, 30 years is a long time ago. 30 years is not like 2 weeks ago. It's a great number of years, and a lot could be achieved within 30 years. So, obviously, Manchester United is an empire, it's a dynasty, it's an organization, and a lot of players have come and gone. But I took my time out to do my research and work out who I consider. I chose players who I consider the top 10 strikers for Manchester United in the past 30 years. That means I chose a great number of players, but some have been omitted as well. Some couldn't make it, some great players. I had to delete them. It's not to say that they're not good, but these 10, I know exactly why I chose them. So enjoy this ride whilst I take you on this journey of Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. At number 10, wow. At number 10, I chose the non-scoring present striker of Manchester United, who is Rasmus Højlund. That's his name. I chose Rasmus Højlund because Rasmus Højlund has been in Manchester United now for nothing less than 3-4 seasons. Wow, and I think this man has gone like 17 games in the 2024-25 season without even scoring a goal. So I put him as number 10 to go and show you how good and great the other strikers that I chose are. To be honest with you, Rasmus Højlund shouldn't even be in the top 10 strikers, because I got strikers like Mark Hughes that I didn't put in there. I got strikers like Zlatan Ibrahimovic that I didn't put in there. But I mean, I got my reasons why I put Rasmus Højlund, to show how bad a striker he is. There's room for improvement, but at Manchester United, you don't come to improve. You come to raise your game. You come to win trophies. And so far, I haven't seen the qualities or the goal-scoring instincts of Rasmus Højlund. So I put Rasmus Højlund at number 10. Rasmus Højlund is number 10 for me. At number 9, this is a tricky one, but I'll let you decide yourself, because I've always thought this man was a quality striker, and I always thought that he's got a great eye for goal. So before Manchester United actually signed this player, he's played for a couple of teams in France. He played for Metz, and he played for Fulham in England in the 90s, early 2000s. And yeah, it was a difficult one, but he's got a proven track record as well. So I chose in the number 9 position for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. You don't have to agree with me. Put your messages, your comments in the comment section. But I chose number 9 for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. Not of all time, Louis Saha. Louis Saha's got bravery. He's dangerous. He was young and fresh when he came to Man United. He was a success at Fulham. He had a great partnership with Barry Hales, and they scored goals upon goals for Fulham FC. So Alex Ferguson obviously must have seen something incredible in Zaha. Louis Zaha's not the best French striker I've ever seen, but did he merit or warrant to play for Manchester United? I will say yes. A great left foot, an eye for goal, an out-and-out attacker that done a great job for Manchester United within his time there. So I'll put Louis Zaha, the unforgettable Louis Zaha, at number 9 for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. Now, who do I go with at number 8? Another tricky one. Because when this player came to the Premier League, he was unknown also. So he played for Leeds, and he helped Leeds win the championship, the Premier League championship, the Premier League title, under the manager Howard Wilkinson. I hope Howard Wilkinson is still alive today, because he was a great manager and a great contribution to the Premiership. And yeah, this player helped Leeds win the Premier League, and he was signed by Alex Ferguson as well, and he came to Old Trafford, and he done a great job. He won the Premier League with Manchester United. So they called him King Eric. When he came to Manchester United, King Eric was probably the French captain. And at that time, France had players like Ginola. At the time, their manager was Gerard Houllier. But I don't know what happened within the French national team, and they stopped calling their captain Eric Cantona, but that's besides the way anyway. The point I'm trying to make here is Eric Cantona, he's a great credit to Manchester United, and he scored some great goals for Manchester United, a top striker. He came when Manchester United needed him the most, and he delivered. Eric Cantona is a tall striker, but very comfortable on the ball. Great qualities. So in number 8 position, I gave it to Eric Cantona. You can disagree with me if you want, but like I said, put your comments in the comment section. I want to hear this, man. And at number 7, another tricky one. An unknown player in the English Premier League. Came all the way from Norway. I think it's a club called Molde. And he scored a lot of goals for Manchester United also. There's a reason why I put this man at number 7, because he done a great job for Alex Ferguson, and he done a great job for Manchester United, and he will never be forgotten because he's a goal scorer. And they ended up calling him the super sub, because he got a goal in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich, and Man United won the cup. So here we go. At number 7, I chose Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, not a lot of people saw that coming, but he ended up becoming Manchester United's manager. And he played for Norway's national team. You can rely on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to score goals. That's what this man does. No matter if he's a sub or whatever, he will come on and he will find the net. So a great attribution and a great contributor to the Manchester United hierarchy. So at number 7, I chose Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he deserves to be in the top 10 strikers in the past 30 years for Manchester United. There you go. That's your man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He made it as number 7. At number 6, wow. A player that played for Millwall in the English, I don't know if it was the first division at the time or second division at the time. He made a good name for himself at the Den. The stadium's called the Den, South London, Bermondsey. And another one that played for Manchester United. Not the quickest of strikers. Not the quickest of strikers, as in he doesn't have that speed. Because the English game, as a striker, you have to have speed and physicality. So this player didn't have speed and a lot of physicality, but he was good in the air. And he's a I don't know if he's a great goal scorer, but he's a good goal scorer. And he can pull a goal out of nothing. So he was very valuable to the Manchester United team also. And yeah, I place him at number 6. And his name is Teddy Sheringham. Yeah, he achieved a lot with Manchester United, won the Champions League also, a great England international, formed a great partnership with Alan Shearer. Yeah, Sheringham and Shearer played together in the Euro 96 or something like that, scored a lot of goals. This man is an incredible striker, and as you can see in this picture, he loves scoring goals. That's what he does. He's a top striker. So I put Teddy Sheringham at number 6 for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. Wow, it's getting interesting now. At number 5, this is a player that doesn't have anything to prove to nobody. This is a player that's been in Manchester United's academy probably from the age of, I don't know, 6, 10, whatever. But whenever I look at this player, I see something original, I see something that is real, I see something that's natural. He's an exciting player, an exciting striker. As far as the best compliment I can give this player is, on his day, he's probably one of the best strikers in the world. I know we all go through our ups and downs, but I studied this man's game. Very direct, pacey, dribbling. He got everything good in the air, young. For me, this man's a complete striker. So at number 5, I put the great Marcus Rashford. I don't care what people say. I don't care if he left the club to go on loan to Aston Villa or whatever. But on Marcus Rashford's day, there's not too many strikers better than this man in this country, in England, probably Europe. I don't know if he's lost confidence or whatever, and it's affecting his performances. I don't know if he's playing with players that he is better than. I don't know if he's playing for a manager that doesn't believe in him. But what I do know is Marcus Rashford is a great striker. And I put him at number 5 for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. I met Marcus Rashford before in London, Euston. We had a chat, and he's a great gentleman, and I appreciated the meeting. He's a role model and a great example for the youth that have an interest in playing professional football. Now at number 4, who do I pick? Wow, this man at at number 4 is an interesting striker. I'll tell you why he's an interesting striker, because I don't want to give too much away before I mention who this man is, but before he came to Manchester United, I think that probably in the 90s, early 2000s, he came to Manchester United with a great and big reputation. One of the top strikers in Europe. But before he got signed, I think he was practicing with Manchester United and he broke his knee. Same thing happened to me. I broke my knee in 2004. I had a massive operation on my knee and I ended my football career. So I know what it feels like I couldn't come back. So I know what it feels like to have a major operation on your knee, and this man still managed to come back. So Man United wanted to pay, I don't know, maybe 80 million for him, 70 million, and they ended up paying, is it 50 million? I don't know. I think the original price must have been about 50 million, but they ended up paying maybe lesser or whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, at number 4, for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years, from PSV and the Haven in Holland to Manchester United, I think you know who I'm talking about right now. Ruud! That's the man. Ruud van Nistelrooy. What a striker. Wow, a deadly striker. This man lives for goals and he dies for goals. The best compliment I can give Ruud van Nistelrooy is that when he was the top striker for Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo was a winger. So this man was so great at scoring goals that Cristiano Ronaldo was even learning from him how to score goals, because Cristiano Ronaldo was a young winger providing the services and the crosses and the chances for Van Nistelrooy. I could have placed Van Nistelrooy higher in this video, but I put him as number 4 for a reason. This is what you call a fox in the box. I don't want to give too much away, but this is what you call a fox in the box. You're talking about players like Ian Rush, people that die for goals, Michael Owen. They're all there, but I chose Ruud van Nistelrooy. When I look at Holland strikers, I don't see any striker better than Ruud van Nistelrooy coming from Holland, apart from Van Basten. So enough said of this man. I say at number 4, I chose Ruud van Nistelrooy. What a striker. So Ruud van Nistelrooy, on the Football Encyclopedia, is number 4 of Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. Who do I give it to at number 3? At number 3, this player came to England at the age of 19 or 20 or 21. He wasn't more than 21 years old. So the story here is Manchester United went to Trinidad and Tobago, because they go all over the world. And they're doing like, what do I call this? Yeah, pre-season. They're playing pre-season matches. So they're playing against weaker opposition, but this is how footballers get their fitness before and their rhythm before the beginning of the season. And as they were playing a friendly match against a team in Trinidad and Tobago, they found this 19-year-old that was even better than their players. A young black 19-year-old in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. Wow. So as far as I'm concerned, Manchester United went back to go and sign him. And this player that I'm talking about here, because not too many players come out of Caribbean leagues to come and play in England. So if this man has done this in 1989 or 1990, to come out of the Caribbean league and come and play in one of the biggest leagues in the world, he must be a special talent. So the player that I'm talking about here, And I give him number 3 on Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. His name is Dwight York. No, I got it wrong. It was Aston Villa, actually, that went on that tour in Trinidad and Tobago, and they found him. And obviously, this man is probably Aston Villa's best ever striker. A player that plays with finesse and a smile on his face. The way Dwight York is laughing in this picture, you probably think he's Ronaldinho. Yeah, there you go. And Man United signed him because of his great performances for Aston Villa. But we all know that the rest is history. Champions League winner, Premier League winner, probably Trinidad and Tobago's best ever player, most popular player. And I just want to say full respect to Dwight York for all his great achievements in the English League. And as far as I'm concerned, he is number 3 when it comes to Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. I chose Dwight York, and I live by my decision. Number 2, wow. Man United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. I chose number 2. I've watched this man's game over the years, right from a youth player that played for Arsenal's youth team, and he scored a lot of goals in Arsenal's youth team in the 90s. This man's probably the same age as me. From Arsenal's youth team, I think he went to Bristol City. Top goal scorer anywhere he goes to from Bristol City. I think he broke a record in the English transfer fees, where he went from Bristol City to Fulham. From Fulham, he scored a lot of goals, great reputation. Then from Fulham, he went to Newcastle United. I think they signed him for something like 8.7 million or whatever. At that time, that was a record fee. And then from scoring all those goals and being the top scorer in Newcastle, he got a mega transfer to Manchester United. And we know this man is a great goal scorer. So he won the Champions League in style with Dwight York. They had a twin partnership, striking partnership. The telepathy was outstanding between they understood each other, with or without the ball. Goals galore, dangerous, goal. There you go. Number 2 for Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years has got to be Andrew Cole. What a player! What a player! You know, Alan Shearer had all these what's it called again? Caps for England. He scored a lot of goals. But I don't really feel like when it comes to England, Andy Cole had a proper chance. So that is down to Glenn Hoddle, why he wasn't picking Andy Cole. But in terms of club football, Andy Cole is a goal-scoring machine without a doubt. Dwight York likes to dribble a bit. He likes to pass a bit. And then he likes to score goals here and there. Andy Cole is all about scoring incredible goals from acute and incredible angles. So number 2 on Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years, I have to give it to Andy Cole. Leave your comment in the comment section. You're watching Football Encyclopedia. And number 1, what a player, man. This guy, before he even came on the scene, David Moyes was talking about him. He said, I've got this 15-year-old, this 16-year-old that when he gets into the Premier League, he's going to be the best player, top striker. Everton. He scored a lot of goals for Everton. He scored a lot of incredible goals. Brave. As a teenager, this man's not scared. As a 16-year-old, he was already in the Premier League. And He went on to sign for Manchester United, and he became the all-time goal scorer for Manchester United. He scored 253 goals in 559 appearances. So for me to make this man the #1 striker for Manchester United in the past 30 years, he's got to be a special player. Because I put him ahead of some incredible strikers. In that top 10, I could have mentioned Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I could have mentioned Mark Hughes. But I've got my reasons why I didn't put them in my top 10. But for this man that I'm talking about now to be the #1 Manchester United striker in the past 30 years, he's exciting, he's rugged, he's fast. The footballer. In England, they call them ballers. He's a baller. A baller. And he goes by the name of Wayne Rooney. That's it. That's your man. As far as I'm concerned, Wayne Rooney is the top striker and probably the best striker Manchester United has had in the past 30 years. I'll give it to him #1. The kind of goals he scored, what he achieved with the club, legendary. Wayne Rooney, the Football Encyclopedia, salutes you. You've been watching the Football Encyclopedia with Alexander Ojimba. And the topic has been Manchester United's top 10 strikers in the past 30 years. Leave your comments in the comment section. Peace, yo. Peace, yo.